Welcome back to Digibros, everybody. I think we've actually been making progress here, right?
I've got 3 shards since we started.
I've seen you pick up a couple shards, so I feel like I think we have 4 or 5.
We've maybe gotten 1 shard per episode.
We definitely haven't done the ghost ship yet, so I know that's one of the ones we haven't done.
Yeah. I don't know where to check how many shards
I don't even know how you've been suddenly making, like, how did you figure out what to do?
I've just started going to islands. I remembered the one on Windfall when we passed by it. I happened to find that one by the other thing. We're figuring it out as we go. That's that one. I'm trying to go block by block and kind of get through it.
Alright, let's go back to questions that are on the computer from a distance. Anthony H. asks, now the question is, would Digi rather be a magical girl or Arin Hansen?
Ooh.
Well, okay.
Spicy.
I don't want to be Arin. I want to have Arin's life.
You want to fuck Arin?
No. I want to be a magical girl. I want to have Arin's life.
So you want to be a magical girl who does Let's Plays and lives very cushy with a studio.
Yes. And all my friends living with me and...
yes.
And a loving wife.
Aww.
And regular trips to Japan.
Hey, that's very clean.
But I would say that I think Arin Hansen probably also would love to be a magical girl.
Yeah.
This is a man who has drawn himself as Sailor Moon, or at least has had other people draw him as Sailor Moon regularly. Did you know he's like a diehard Sailor Moon fan?
I had no idea.
Yeah, he has like a huge collection of Sailor Moon shit. He also has a giant Transformers collection. Like every conceivable Transformer ever, he owns it. And they line the walls of his room.
Ooh.
For both of us, do you ever listen to any classical music?
I used to be a fan of Chopin after playing Eternal Sonata. Listen to a little Beethoven, a bunch of Chopin. That's pretty much the extent of my classical repertoire.
Isn't that the one from the Ava? Victor, how come you don't like recording for Conrad? Asks Kachiman. Oh, that last question was from Aaron Celestine.
Because I don't like sitting around doing tedious things.
Alright.
Without getting paid.
Alright. Cobalt
How do I get into this
Fossil.
fucking
I have
door?
2 questions. 1, do you think religious and non-religious people can be friends? I don't see why not.
Sure.
I think some of my friends are religious.
Yeah, we know some religious
Do we?
people.
Are we friends with the religious people? I don't think any of our offline friends are religious.
None of our
all.
close friends.
Or any of my online friends.
My boss is Catholic.
I don't think you'd consider him a friend.
Yeah, not really. He's kind of dry.
Am I really friends with any like religious people? Like there's definitely
Sploosh.
acquaintances I have that are religious, but
Kaboom! Yeah, I don't think we have any religious friends.
well, I think they can be friends. I certainly wouldn't tell somebody
aren't.
I'm not going to be friends with you because you're religious.
We just aren't friends with them.
I guess our dad was religious for a while. I mean, he still considers
he's
himself
spiritual.
kind of.
I would not say he's religious.
Whatever. Number 2, is it okay for me to love both you and Josh Scorcher? Sure.
No.
I mean, it's not advisable, but
Sure.
Go ahead.
Yes.
As long as
I need a
as
pair.
long as if you decided to drop one, you dropped him and not me.
Very clean.
Okay. This is not a question. All right, Reverse Spectrum has asked a million questions on every video, and the one that he's been bringing up the most is about you working out. He's 17 years old and scrawny, and he really wants to know every detail of, like, he's asked, how do I get buff? He's asked, what's your ideal workout? He's asked, like, what do you do if you're young and you want to start training? Like, he's asked so many questions for you about... Wait, there was one that I really wanted to read because the way he phrased it was hilariously insulting to me. It was... He basically...
Awesome.
God damn it, I don't have it written down, do I? He basically asked, like, how you... He called me fat in the process of asking you about this question. He was like, yeah, instead of being fat like Digi. And then he said, it's not offensive because he called himself that, right? And I'm like, it's still offensive, you asshole.
I thought you didn't give a shit about being fat.
Yeah, but the way he phrased it, it was like...
because he put it in an annoying way.
Yeah. Anyway, what is your workout advice? What do you do if you're a 17-year-old who wants to buff up? Like
that's literally what I did at 17. I used to do a lot of pull-ups on my bed frame. which I didn't realize how much progress I was making by doing that, but I was pretty legit doing that. Just doing a whole fuckload of, really just doing a whole shitload of push-ups and pull-ups is all you really need to do and eat a whole bunch.
Right.
I would go on r/fit and like be legit. I'm not the best person to give advice.
Go to the Reddit board r/fit. Go to the 4chan board fit if you want to just be yelled at and not get any actual advice, but it'll be funny.
Yeah.
But that's what our friend, because like
you can do it. It's not hard when you're 17. You know, just eat a whole lot and lift a shitload. And when you do deadlifts, your back will become huge very quickly if you do a lot of deadlifts.
When we say eat a whole lot, we mean a lot.
Yes.
Like eat like here's a
There's
good
a
way
thing
to do
with
it.
skinny people where they think they're eating a lot and they're not. You're not.
Yeah, you're not eating as much as you think.
If you aren't eating to the absolute brink 3 or 4 times a day and drinking protein, if you're not getting at least 100 grams of protein a day, you're not going to gain muscle. Like, that's just how it is.
So the best way
and you need fat and protein.
Start off
if you're bulking.
Do calisthenic workouts, which means workouts that just involve your body weight.
Yeah. You have to build a strength base first.
Right.
So you do a lot of calisthenics. Start doing a lot of powerlifting
lots
shit.
Lots of pull-ups, lots of push-ups, and squats. Pull-ups, push-ups, squats. Those are like your 3 like.
Those are the core things.
Yeah, those are the 3 things that you really need. And then just like make yourself. Here's what our friend Brando does, and Victor would do for a while, is you take a few eggs and scramble them, or scramble them or not.
Take
up to you.
3 eggs, and 2 cans of tuna.
Yes.
And scramble them together. Drown it in hot sauce till it tastes like nothing, and eat that after working out.
Scramble a bunch of eggs and then fry up as much canned tuna or canned chicken as you can stomach. Mix the eggs and chicken together and just eat it all. If the bowl you're eating from is the size of a bowl that you would eat normally from, it's not big enough. You need like
a giant bowl.
You need like a mixing bowl worth of like chicken, tuna, and
it's really
and
just
eggs,
like,
and just eat it all.
You need to eat twice as much as whatever you're eating now.
Even though you're full and it doesn't taste good, keep eating it. But only if you've you'll know if you've done enough workout to eat it, because you should be fucking hungry.
No, I'm never hungry after working out. I just force down a bunch of food. Yeah, I actually have no appetite.
Starving after
if I work out, I have no appetite, and I just have to force it down.
Anyway, the best way, follow the One Punch Man method. 100 push-ups,
it's really
100
much more simple than
100 push-ups, 100 squats, 100 pull-ups.
What really matters is just
10 kilometers
the consistency. Is you have to do it consistently, and you have to eat consistently, and dedicate yourself for that for a long period of time. And you're not going to see results very fast. And there's no quick way to do it. You just have to stick to it for a very long period of time. And when you're skinny and 17, you're going to get results a lot faster than most people, so don't take that for granted. But, you'll get bigger. It'll be okay.
Okay.
I got bigger.
More reverse spectrum questions. How well can you guys navigate? Do you rotate the map so you won't have to mentally invert right and left? Do you use the sun as a compass? Do you have great depth perception? Do you use GPS? Have you got poor directional instinct?
Like IRL?
I have a phone.
Yeah. That kind of solves things.
I have a phone. I have a cell phone. It has Google Maps.
Yeah.
You used to call me on my cell phone late night when you need my love.
It's funny, I was just talking to Shade yesterday or something. But I was like, when I first was driving, I didn't have a smartphone. I had a normal shitty flip phone, and I just had to figure out where to go and memorize directions and things. That was a nightmare.
Right,
I have a pretty good sense of direction when I'm driving. I can usually guess the right direction and end up where I want to be if I'm lost.
I can't, unless I know the area.
Very clean.
How
the yellow
well
one.
Can you guys dance, and what are your best dance moves?
I can't dance.
I can't either. I enjoy dancing.
Yeah, I can have fun
do it well.
at a wedding and I'm drunk. A little bit.
How to get into translating manga? It helps to know how to translate. If you
go to college.
If you understand Japanese, that's a pretty much really all you need to have is both a extremely good grasp of Japanese and an extremely good grasp of English. And if you can turn one into the other, everyone wants to work with you. Because I mean, I don't know if you're talking about like professional translations or scanslations, but if you can even do shitty translation, then
I'll just say,
scanslators will fucking
going through
want you.
Japanese class in college, like, if you get into college and you start doing a language like Japanese, there are a shitload of programs that want to send you to Japan for free and shit. Like, they want you to go. They need translators. They want as many as they can.
It's a dying language.
Go to college and take languages, and you'll get opportunities.
Okay.
And like, I wish I had known that earlier in college, and I would have gone and had a lot of fun in Japan.
All right, what are some superstitions you have? Any you have that your mom doesn't, and she has that you hate?
Oh God.
Our mom is pretty superstitious,
Very
but not in like
superstitious.
a obnoxious way. But she's very like knock on wood and like
Yes.
oh
Which I
don't
am
say that you'll
interred.
mess it up, you know. I don't know. I'm like superstitious in the moment kind of thing. Like I often like I'll be in a situation where I might think, well, I ruined it, and therefore, like whatever my thought was is why it's gonna come out wrong.
Yeah.
You know, for instance, I don't know. Some of it's more. There's a line between like superstition and just psyching yourself up. You know, like
Yeah.
I psych myself up a lot. I don't think I'm particularly superstitious. Like, there's nothing I find to be like supernaturally going to change things for me. You know.
I get very superstitious.
I kind of joke about
hence
superstition
my
sometimes.
ghost story where I slept with the rosary.
Right.
Because I figured that because I was sarcastic to the ghosts that they were gonna haunt me.
Yeah, I guess
because I would be the guy who would get haunted. That is my superstitious
I am
side.
superstitious about stuff like that. Like, I will get a little like you know, goofy about shit.
Yeah,
like that.
very goofy.
Very
I will get quite goofy.
superstitious. Writing on the wall.
I'm really superstitious about everything. That's why I wouldn't talk about hope on this show for a while.
Right.
There were superstitions
that's
about
more,
that.
That's not
that was not wanting
superstition,
to
that's
jinx
psyching
things.
yourself up.
What do you mean psyching myself up? It was
Psyching-
not wanting to jinx a situation. That's what that was.
Yeah, it's psychologically though.
When you say psyching yourself up, I think like getting hype. Like,
No,
I'm getting psyched up.
Psyching yourself just means doing something psychological to yourself. Like when you
Okay.
trick your mind into thinking something like a certain way.
Yeah.
Like when if you psych yourself by saying like this is gonna suck and then it does suck, then you psych yourself.
No, I'm talking about like I didn't want to say anything because I thought I would jinx it.
But did
Like,
you think
I'm
you
very
would jinx
careful
it?
about jinxing
Like,
things.
did you think that talking about it would make one of you change your mind, or did you think
No.
that it would literally the force of God in the universe?
Yes, the force of God in the universe.
That's superstition.
That's what I feel most of the time, which I know it's also a byproduct of like OCD from what I've researched a long time ago, is a superstitious aspect where it's
Our
like
dad is extremely obsessive compulsive and extremely superstitious.
and I am in that same way where it's just like you have this immense gut feeling that if you don't do A, then B is gonna happen.
Yeah. Our dad is a very follow his gut and superstition kind of
And
guy.
I am as well.
This is a weird question. Bare feet? What kind of
Submarines.
shoes? Describe favorite socks. Do you leave shoes at the door?
I don't know that.
I don't know what the fuck you mean by bare feet. Like, who the fuck walks around barefoot other than, like, Brando the Monkey Man? I don't know what you do down there in Australia. Anyway, what kind of shoes do you wear? You wear a lot of Converse.
Australia.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love Converse. I like shoes that look thin. I don't like to have like wide feet. I like sleekness.
I wear just a pair of running shoes. I'm
Yeah,
not sure
that's what I can't
kind they
stand.
are. They're very.
I wear running
they're very
shoes to the
thin,
gym.
though.
Those are nice.
They're thinner than your shoes. They
Yeah,
look-
but the bottom is thick. No,
my shoes.
it's the
My
shape.
shoes look tiny.
No. You're not comprehending the shape.
I guess. I have no fucking idea what you're talking about. My shoes look fucking minuscule. Whenever I wear them, I feel like I have tiny feet. I mean, I do have pretty small feet, but like, yeah. Anyway, I wear basic like running jogging
Yeah,
shoes,
Connor wears basic shoes because he's a basic bitch.
and they're black. I think they're pretty cool. Describe your favorite socks. I don't like anything that
Van
goes above
socks.
my ankles.
I already explained this. Socks from the Van store are the best socks of all time.
What length do you like them?
They're they're like half calf length socks. They go almost up to your knees.
The ones that I'm wearing right now go above my ankles, and that's a little too long for me. So
I also, in the summertime, you know, if I'm wearing shorts, I wear ankle socks. If I'm wearing pants, I wear long socks. And that is a strict rule that I will not break.
I guess you go barefoot in the house a lot, and I usually wear socks at all times because
I just get too hot.
I hate getting anything on my feet.
Yeah.
And we have like hard floors in most of the house.
Yeah, we have nasty floors and I get shit all over my feet. And I hate that. Yeah. But then when I'm playing games or something, my feet get hot and I start sweating. And I'm like, this sucks. So that's where that ends. What did I get in that place?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Clockwise or anti-clockwise and why? I'm going to go clockwise because it's...
Counterclockwise?
Yeah, I think that's what he wrote anti-clockwise.
Anti-clockwise just to fuck with me?
Yeah, I prefer clockwise because it's the correct way. I don't know. It's not going against the
Not
grain.
about that counterculture?
Not when it comes to the clocks.
Hashtag counterculture. Counterclockwise.
What is the perfect crime? I'm not even going to answer. It's a stupid question.
What an asshole.
What's your opinion on S&M? If you had to be S or M, what would you choose? I would be S. I want to choke a bitch.
Okay. I can't imagine it ever being relevant to me.
Oh, alright. I've done my fair share of the choking.
Okay, the ripping and the tearing.
Yeah, the ripping,
the
wild women, the wild women, the ripping and the tearing, the ripping and the tearing.
Very clean.
All right. Have you guys ever cross-dressing? That's how it's phrased. No.
For that video where I fuck myself.
Oh yeah,
I think that counts.
Who is top 10 Ippo characters? I mean, do you have 10 favorites?
I don't think there are 10 Ippo characters. But,
yeah, not 10
I guess
like
if you include bad
characters.
guys. I guess it goes Ippo, Takamura. Their two buddies are cool. You got the big rival guy from the first series. You got the fucking crazy ass bad guy with the sharp teeth in the third season. Let's see. Oh, I guess Ippo's normal rival is pretty cool when he gets his arcs.
All right.
I don't know anyone's name.
Next question is, what are your GOTY? I'm assuming you mean Game of the Year, and we already said Victor's is
Game
Bloodborne.
of Thrones, guess.
Victor's is Bloodborne, and mine currently is Axiom Verge.
Mm-hmm.
Digi, would you rate your life as an anime critic? How would you rate your life as an anime critic? How would you rate your life as a film critic? I don't think you're a film critic.
I mean, I am to an extent.
You are critical.
I have a critical mind.
I would give myself a 10 as an anime critic because I'm the best one I've heard of.
You are the best around.
I would be significantly challenged to imagine that there is a better anime critic than me.
Very egotistical.
Yes. I mean, I guess there could be people who are better at it, but I don't think there's anyone with a better overall career. Like, Ghost Lightning, my good friend, is extremely good at writing about anime, but he never quite got, like, deeply enough involved in it to have the what's the portfolio that I have, you know?
Portfolio.
Well, because like I've just done a lot more.
Your portfolio
and have gone
will be
a lot
your
more in depth.
folly.
So,
phalanx.
I think in terms of like just like overall, I haven't seen one who's as good as me. You know, I've seen people who are capable of being as good or better, but I haven't seen one that is as good. Alright, moving on to somebody else. Yasutake Nagisa. Question for Digibro. Besides being an anime enthusiast, what things in the world greatly concern you as a human being, whether it fills you with delight or causes great heartache? All of the world's problems cause me great heartache. Most especially, like, human rights issues and people being dicks to each other, racism.
Aww.
Saw a fucking article or a story about, like, you know, some black guy who got beat up for cops for being black that just made me want to fucking tear someone's face off yesterday. Which is ironic because that's actually what they did to him. They basically beat his fucking face to pieces.
That's depression.
Yeah. I won't even repeat anything else about it because it was too sad. Things that fill me with delight in the world, I guess, seeing good things happen, seeing, progress be made.
Watching Happy Feet,
Watching Happy Feet.
I've never seen all Happy Feet.
All I know of Happy Feet is YMS's analysis about how it's anti-religion.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Very clean.
Okay, as a guy who's interested in playing Undertale but hasn't done it yet, and who knows a good handful of information about it already, I was interested in what you would say before you stopped yourselves. It's good.
It's pretty good.
Just go play it.
It
only takes one sitting.
Pretty good. I would go so far as to say that it's apropos. See how I was baiting a very clean, and then I didn't deliver because I've said it 12,000 times.
What the okay. My trackpad was being weird for a second.
Oh.
Okay, is this questions? Yeah, this is questions. Adam Siaka asks, out of the past videos you have made, which ones are least relevant to your opinion now? Such as, do you still feel the same way about Fate Zero and Ergo Proxy? I think I feel the same way about Fate Zero. That review was pretty even-handed, and I haven't watched it again since. I mean, yeah, both shows I still feel exactly the same because I haven't watched the show since then, and I haven't changed my opinion at all on it. I think I probably... Like, in my Fate Zero video, I kind of, complained about it a lot, so it might have come off like I liked it less than I did, but now I actually do think I like it less than I did, so... At the time I wrote it, I considered Fate Zero to be, a 9 out of 10, and I wrote the review, but I was, pretty critical of it, and now I would say it's more like a strong 8. It's just a little bit less...
Very clean.
Still a good show, just, it has a lot of issues. Most of which I detailed there. And Ergo Proxy, I am starved for someone to do an in-depth Ergo Proxy analysis. I would love that, because there's a lot of people who defend that show, who think it has all these deep meanings, and I've had people tell me stuff like, oh, you just didn't understand it. And then, maybe try to explain one or two things, and I'm like, okay, stop. Someone please, if you like Ergo Proxy, please give me, a 45-minute analytical rundown of everything. Explain the whole show to me, because I'm never going to buy into it until someone can show me, and I do not want to have to watch that boring fucking show again to figure out what it was about, because it's fucking boring. So, yeah. In one of the last episodes, you mentioned how you should live to work with something you enjoy. What would you do if you had not found your passions?
Kill myself.
I think we answered something like
I'd
this
be doing
before.
something else. I don't know.
I've been thinking... I mean, it's hard to imagine, because I found my passion so early that, if you took that away, then it would change my entire life.
Exactly.
I wouldn't be the same person I am today. I think if I had the exact same personality I do now, but I was not allowed to do art, I would try to work in public, not public relations, but what does PR stand for again?
Public relations?
No, between when you're taking care of the people who work for you. The people, when they say, oh, I'm taking this to PR. It's not public relations. It stands for something else. It's similar. Maybe it is. I don't know.
Let it go. Anyways,
I would work in PR because I am good at explaining things to people in a way that they understand, and managing, helping people to manage their lives. So
yes,
I think that would be extremely easy
life coach.
For me. Yeah. Well, but not a life coach who literally is guiding one person, because I want to be detached. I hate getting too involved with someone, because
that's perfect. You can be a therapist.
Right.
Go
well,
ahead.
I don't want your problems to become my problems.
Yes.
But I want to
guide people, but don't give a shit about them.
Well, not quite. I don't want to be a fucking therapist, because then you really have to engage with people who are coming to you because of their problems. If it's PR, it's more like you're managing people who who don't necessarily know they have a problem. Like coming up to someone being like, "Hey, you don't do your job well. Here's how you can fix it." You know, that kind of thing. Or just like if someone has an issue at work, I can easily explain things to people. I guess I could potentially be a good manager too, but that seems way too stressful for me.
I don't think you could do anything else besides what you're doing.
I do. Like I've seen how PR people work, and I think I could do that completely. Because again, I'm good at explaining things to people in a way they understand, and people don't get to me. Like people being dumb does not bother me. Like I can continuously explain the same thing to someone until they understand it, and I don't get frustrated because I want them to understand it. So I will just keep explaining until they get it. You know. Whereas someone like you, if you explain something once and they don't understand, you fucking lose your shit and can't take life anymore.
Yes.
All right. Here's one. Have you ever suffered from extreme procrastination, such as removing yourself from all distractions so you can work on something, but you end up just kind of sitting there for a few hours thinking about how you should really start working on shit? Yeah, that's my entire high school career. That's that was what all of my anxiety attacks were.
Jesus.
When I was in high school, I would never want to do my homework and schoolwork and stuff like that, and things like I felt like I should be doing. And so I wouldn't do anything. Like, because I felt like I shouldn't watch anime until I do my homework, or I shouldn't write about other stuff until I do my homework. And so I would like...
So you didn't do anything?
Yeah.
Because you didn't do your homework.
I would just not do anything because I felt like I need to do my homework first. And like I would want to do it, but I just couldn't bring myself to do it, you know, because I hate it. And I don't believe in it. And I just didn't want to do it. And I would just procrastinate all fucking day and get nothing done.
Everyone, I'm doing things on the map on my screen. So that's why I'm not moving.
The same thing would happen to me in my early years of college. And then once I started, once I started seeing a psychologist and I started getting medicated, then I've often said that what the medication did more than anything was make me stop caring. It didn't make me do the work more, but it made me get over that, like, I can't do anything else until I do this. It just made me like, whatever, I'll just do whatever the fuck I want, you know? And, and that's how I am now. I just do whatever the fuck I want. Like, there's a lot of times where I do get, like, I should be working on a video right now, but I don't want to, but, like, I'll just do something else, you know?